Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. It's your host, ichino-ani, here with you on this lovely July 8th Thursday. Today, we're going to dive into a super interesting trending article from the Ninja, or Human Kakao Interaction Archive. It's all about making learning a new language a little bit easier and a lot more fun. Alright class, get your think caps on. The title of our paper today is owel, Interactive Vowel Chart to understand what makes visual pronunciation effective in second language learning, and the proof is cs.HC, arguably 7.6221, or that's a long one, isn't it? So let's break this down. What problem is this paper trying to solve? Well, think about when you're learning a new language. Pronunciation is really tricky, right? You listen to the teacher or an app, and you try to copy the sound, but sometimes you just can't hear the difference between your sound and the correct one. Million language apps like Duolingo might just give you a lingo mark or a percentage. They tell you if you're right or wrong, but they don't tell you why you're wrong. It's like your math teacher marking a problem wrong without showing you the steps to fix it. That's not super helpful for learning. So, the brave researchers at the University of Illinois had an idea. They said, what if we could show learners what their mouths are doing? And that's how they created a tool they call Vowel. See what they did there? It's a mix of the words visual and vowel. So clever. Now, this tool uses something called a vowel chart. Just imagine a map of the inside of your mouth. You cut them down. Part of the map shows how high or low your tongue is, and the side-to-side part shows if your tongue is at the front in your mouth near your teeth or at the back. And a native speaker says a word like the Spanish word or a line appears on this map. That line is the Latin in perfect pronunciation. Yeah, and when you try to say or your own line appears on the map. Your goal is to make your line look just like the target line. It turns it into a fun little game. Researchers did a study where they had English speakers try to learn Spanish pronunciation. Some people used VSTOL, and others used a regular audio-only tool where they just listened and repeated. And what they found was so cool. The people using VSTOL, the visual tool, practiced way more. It's because they had a clear goal. They weren't just guessing anymore. They could see, or my line is too high, I need to lower my tongue. Or my line is too far back, I need to move my tongue forward. It made them think about the physical movements of their tongue and mouth. Now, let's think about where we could use this amazing technology in our daily lives. I can think of a few really neat examples. First, of course, is in our language learning apps. Imagine you're trying to learn French on your phone. Instead of just adding a correct directive sound, you get this vowel chart. The app could show you exactly how to move your tongue to make that tricky French new sound. It would be like having a personal pronunciation coach right in your pocket. Second, this could be a huge help in speech therapy. For children or adults who had trouble making certain sounds, a speech therapist could use this tool. It gives a clear, visual target to aim for. It's not just about listening and copying. It's about seeing and understanding the mechanics of speech. It could even be used by actors who need to learn a new accent for a role. And for a third example, think about accessibility. For people who are hard of hearing and are learning to speak, audio feedback isn't always enough. A tool like phase them a way to see sound. They can visually match their tongue position to a target, which could be an incredible learning aid and help them produce clearer speech. Of course, the study also found that the tool wasn't perfect. Sometimes people got confused about what the length of the line meant, or the technology made a little mistake. Even with those small issues, everyone found it super motivating. They trusted the visual feedback more than their own ears because it gave them something concrete to work on. So a big lesson here is that showing people how to do something is often better than just telling them. By turning pronunciation into a visual game, visual helps learners understand the why and the way of making sounds. And that makes learning so much more effective and engaging. What a fantastic piece of research. It really makes you think about all the creative ways we can use computers to help us learn. That's all the time we have for today, everyone. This has been ichino-ani, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.